It's almost showtime.
Whether we wanted it or not, in the year 1990, Tyson brought the world the Looney Tunes meal.
Daffy Duck. Thank you.
But if you start looking into the history of the meals, you'll eventually come across some packaging that does look the same, with one exception. In the top left corner, where it normally says Tyson, it says McCain. So what's going on here? Andrew McCain was a potato farmer in the early 1900s, and in 1909, he expanded his business from solely a potato farming endeavor to a potato seed exporting company. In 1957, Andrew's sons expanded the business and opened their first Canadian production facility in Florenceville, New Brunswick. And in 1974, the McCains had a production facility in Straya, the land of the long weekend, the land down under.
Do we know what's going on in there?
We're not worried, are we?
Oh, more, give me more.
Daughter's got a wicked appetite, Mrs. Ryan.
Now, I don't know how the distribution rights worked out between Tyson and McCain Foods, or if Looney Tunes had a separate deal made with McCain, but I've spent far too long on the internet trying to find answers, and after many hours, the only answer I could find was that in 1990, Tyson released their version of the Looney Tunes meals, followed by McCain releasing theirs in 1991. The only video advertisement I could find for the product was this recording where it looks like someone used a mini DV camera from back in the day to record their TV.
Tasty Duck. What's up, McCain? You've done it again.
I imagine them sitting there waiting. They're like, honey, quiet! I'm waiting for the Looney Tunes commercial to come on. I'm a collector.
I love the pixelation. That's fantastic.
And I don't know who you are or why you did this, but I want to say on behalf of myself and everyone else in this subreddit I'm going to tell you about, thank you.
Thank you very much. That's terrific.
To add to the mystery that accompanies the relatively obscure footprint of this product, I could only find one photo of the packaging on an Australian nostalgia subreddit. The comments on this post and people sharing their memories of the meal were the original inspiration for this video. I do find it endlessly fascinating that a cardboard box stuffed with soggy nuggets, rubbery cookies, bland vegetables, neatly organized into individual trays sold to you by anthropomorphic animals could potentially trigger the same nostalgic feelings of going to your dad's every other weekend while he works away and leaves his 18-year-old girlfriend in charge of feeding you in both the United States and Australia at the same time. Maybe your specific feelings are a bit different than mine, but chances are, if you were an adolescent in the 90s, either here or in Australia, this box could make you feel a bit nostalgic and a little warm and fuzzy. I then asked the same subreddit about any potential crossovers and differences in 90s nostalgia between my country and theirs. The first comment says, early mid-90s, there was a lot of American culture here in cartoons and associated toy lines, such as Care Bears, Strawberry Shortcake, Rainbow Bright, My Little Pony, Pound Puppies, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, etc. I also remember gummy bears being popular. The exception to this in my memory is cartoons like Blinky Bill, which were uniquely Australian.
This is the story of Blinky Bill and Flappin' Nutsy too.
While Blinky Bill is an Australian product, interestingly enough, it was exported to Germany. Blinky Bill was giving me 90s Nickelodeon vibes so hard. Most of the shows that give me that fuzzy feeling happen to also be shows that were aired in both countries. Shows like All Real Monsters, Doug, Rugrats, Goosebumps, Blue's Clues, Hey Arnold! All of these aired in both countries. This next commenter pointed me towards more uniquely Australian shows. They did so by commenting, "Get stuck into round the twist, mate. Fairly sure it's available on YouTube."
Have you ever felt like this?
According to our AI overlords on Google, the show Round the Twist was considered to be pretty bizarre for its time.
Ever felt like this?
I found a list of the top 25 weird moments from the show, and here are two of my favorites. The first is from an episode where an ice cream machine turned into a person.
Cool.
Oh, sausage rolling.
The second is from some sort of peeing contest where the kids are, I guess, seeing who can pee the highest, and this aired during an episode of season 2. And if you watch the clip and look at the bully's eyes, I'm pretty sure he looks at his crotch. So, alright, it's pretty weird, but from what I saw, I think I prefer the absurdity of Pete and Pete. Which was another crossover between the two countries, while Hey Dude is exclusively American Go America.
It's a little wild and a little strange.
The next comment pointed me in the direction of video game nostalgia. There was an NES game from 1991 called Aussie Rules Footy. Download the ROM and play it on an emulator. It was made by Beam Software in Melbourne. Okay, that's all. Bye. So I did go to an emulation website and I tried to play this game, but there was a small problem. I have no idea what any of the rules are to rugby, let alone Aussie Rules football.
It doesn't matter if you're a small fucker or a big fucker, you can play this game because the small fuckers go in, barrow underneath and get the
I
ball
do,
over.
however, like to imagine that somewhere while I was obsessively playing NHL 95 on Sega, not NES, hail the superior product, a pasty, red-headed doppelganger of mine was playing Aussie Rules Footy. I want to finish this video with a YouTube comment that I read under the Pete and Pete intro. I look through these comments and I see a lot of sadness, longing, and loss. But think about it for a second. We're the first generation to be able to go back and relive our childhood at any time, on demand, unadulterated via YouTube. When I sit down and consider that a countless collective of people existed before the internet age and just had to grow old and, well, forget, it makes me cherish these memories all the more and rejoice in the fact that they'll be accessible to me on demand and will last forever in my mind's eyes. We are truly blessed. With that said, I'm about to go watch some episodes of Nick Arcade. Peace. Adam, I don't know where you are right now, but man, thank you for that. When I set out to make this video, I asked myself, what's the point? And I didn't have one at first. But I think what I've learned is that the internet can be a lot of things, good and bad, but if you try to, you can make it really cool. I use Reddit to connect with other people my age about things that bring us joy and give us happy memories, and I got to play a retro video game that I may have never tried before. So that's it for this video. And if you haven't already, let me know in the comments what are some of your favorite 90s nostalgia items, especially if I left something out, because I left so much out. But let me know and I'll happily look into them, and I'll see you again soon. Peace.